All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Aaron.
Solomon.
Ben?
And we're here to talk to you today about Wendys entering South Africa, which is an emerging market, and give you our entry plan on how we want to accomplish this and be successful. So just to give you a brief overview of what we'll be talking about today, first I'm going to touch briefly on the background of the company and its current operations. Then we're going to talk about the attractiveness of the market and basically the baseline of how it interacts with the rest of the country. Then we're going to dive right into our strategy and talk about the different promotions and ways we're going to accomplish this. And then with the marketing mix plan, talk about the specifics of the advertising and the price and adaptation. And then finally we'll sum it all up and really pull all those concepts together. So Wendys was started in 1969 in Ohio. It was the brainchild of combining fast food with old-fashioned burger shops of the time. As you know, Wendys is known for their square hamburgers and their Frosties. As they evolved, they eventually moved into offering a much more diverse product line, and that's really what they're known for, being able to substitute many different options to customize your experience and make it the best for you. Currently, they do not have a very large international presence comparatively towards McDonald's and KFC and some of the other leaders. We're hoping that by going into South Africa, we can really jumpstart a move to moving into the rest of Africa and maybe more into Asia. So first, just talking about South Africa's market in general, classified it as an emerging market, mainly because the economy is growing, but at a very slow rate. There is very well-established competition. As I said, McDonald's, KFC, and many other smaller local brands just already grabbed hold of that market. There is little disposable income among the vast majority, and there are gaps within the socioeconomical groups. There is, in terms of legal, there are growing regulations, but it is kind of uncertain how they will grow and how they will change. And there is a high inflation rate, which does encourage foreign direct investments. And Salome will talk more about it.
I'm going to talk about the environment overview. First of all, the political environment. South Africa's political environment is stable for the most part. The current administration has put in place economic policies that benefits the investors. One downside is that the policies are still evolving. Other risks come in the form of worker dispute and the energy shortage. An upside in this situation is that the government of South Africa promised the increase in the energy capacity in 2013. The economic environment and the Doing Business 2008 done by the World Bank, South Africa is ranked 35th for the ease of doing business and 53rd for starting a business. The economy is recovering, but is going too slowly, and will continue to do so over the next couple of years. One downside is that the banking sector and the financial markets are mature. This is a positive for expanding in the South African market. One downside is that lending is very limited, which poses a risk for local investors and franchises. With the success of the World Cup and the inflation rate, which is 7.2 in 2009, South Africa has large interest for foreign investment.
All right, just briefly going over some of the main competitors in South Africa. Kentucky Fried Chicken is the #1 fast food in South Africa, as this is no surprise since South Africans love their fast food chicken. McDonald's will probably be the toughest competition for Wendys in South Africa because it's got the most similarities to the fast food industry. Chicken Licken is a local South African fast food chain. It prides itself on its advertising and its low startup costs and claims it can be successful starting out anywhere. And finally, Nando's is the 4th main competitor Wendys will encounter. Nando's is a Portuguese, Mozambican themed restaurant that has a chicken-based peri-peri sauce, which the locals like for its spice. And Nando's was also ranked in the top 30 hottest marketing brands, known for its controversial ads that spark political debate. For the SWOT analysis, Wendy's has strength of a fair variety of beef and chicken products that will appeal to South Africans, as well as the Frosty, which is a favorite type of dessert that the locals enjoy. Unfortunately, fresh food and ingredients are becoming increasingly more popular, but unfortunately it's also going to be very expensive for Wendy's to participate in. For Wendy's opportunities, it's the perfect combination of classic fast food with direct competitors such as McDonald's, as well as local fast food that specializes in chicken as its main menu item. And a threat Wendy's will encounter is that the fast food industry is very popular in South Africa, and many of the large and smaller competitors know the market so well already, it'll be hard for Wendy's to fit in.
So basically, consumers consider four criteria when they're buying fast food. First of all, as people became time short and cash rich, they want convenient and time-saving fast food. And next, price is still important. According to a survey shown in Euromonitor database, about 55% of respondents replied that they're gonna cut back their expenditure on food and home category. And next, there is a new trend in South Africa, a growing interest in healthiness. According to a survey done by News24, about 40% refused to buy KFC and McDonald's products for health reasons. And finally, local taste is another important criteria to satisfy the local preferences. And actually, Mornay conducted a study about customer satisfaction in 3 fast food restaurants in South Africa. And as you can see here, prices and quality of products really are important criteria when buying fast food.
The main target segment will be the young adults between 15 to 34 years old. They comprise 40%, which is the largest portion of the population in South Africa, and they consume fast food much more frequently than other age groups. This group is mostly placed in middle, low income class. According to the study of Monder, 50% of young adults in Johannesburg have fast food at least once a week or more, and 49% of them spend 200 rand per week for fast food. The frequency and expenditure on fast food were quite high among the low-income class within the young adults group. The second target main segment will be the sophisticated and health-conscious consumers. These days, well-being trend is a globally prevalent issue, and South Africans are especially sensitive to health issues since they are still suffering from diseases such as AIDS. Therefore, Wendy's will be focusing on serving fresh, wholesomeness meals, which is affordable to the target market. And we can assume that there is no need to adapt the target segment strategy in their home market to the local market, since Wendy's mottos are quality is our recipe and freshness art.
The market entry strategy, like most other major fast food companies in South Africa, franchising is the best approach for Wendy's to invest in South Africa. The reason is we're going to benefit from the knowledge and expertise of the African business environment, have control of its products in the new market environment, and it helps avoid high liability costs.
So when entering South Africa, we'll pursue basically 2 brand strategies. First, being fresh, and second, offering enjoyable experience. The first strategy is standardized strategy. As Min just said, the current Wendy's slogan is quality is our recipe. And this strategy is important to satisfy consumer needs, to compete against competitors, to save cost, and to carry out CSR. However, this isn't enough for Wendy's to differentiate itself from others. So we came up with the idea of offering enjoyable experience at Wendy's. So young adults can get together, have meals, and chat for a while at Wendy's. The traditional image of fast food restaurants being as chippy and low quality will not attract more sophisticated customers. The picture shown here is a KFC in Johannesburg, and it pursues a similar strategy by offering desirable dining environment.
As for product, Wendy's will maintain the image of overall product line, but make some adaptation